About it, this was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. And we're off and running between these two really accomplished fighters. Let's see how they come out. You don't want to trade shots. Can't score with that punch. Well done with that counter shot. Straight right, just misses. How about that time counter shot? Just when the fight was getting interesting between Khan and Crawford back in 2019, it was stopped after an accidental groin shot. I mean, that will do it to you.
The last time I felt a little shortchanged, it finished a little too early. I hope this one goes a bit further than expected. Oh, it's all bunched in the first 6 rounds.
Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. Do you believe what we're seeing? Nice punch. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
Dominance without...
There's the bell for round 2. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Work in the gym. That's what it might come down to, considering how hot and humid it is today.
If you are on the losing side of this fight, Todd, and the heat is on, it's the worst place to be, so you've got to make sure you prepped right for this. And right now, I'm looking at a fight that doesn't look like they're prepped right.
Nice counter shot. He blocks the hook. Perfect counter lands. Beautiful counter shot. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. You'd like to see more jabs. That counter shot lands. The jab not finding its target. A perfect counter shot. Talk about Khan in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for...
Let him back.
There's the bell to start round 3. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
will say no mas. Nice counter punch right up the middle. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. Good counter punch. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Nice stop, but that won't score. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Khan in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
As long as they don't...
Back on the draw.
Back at it in round 4. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter shot. You don't see a lot of welterweights that can bring you one-punch KO power, but these two can.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident. I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice slip to avoid the jab. A swing and a miss with that jab. So much for boxing. This is a fight. Good punch. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. He threw a punch and just got countered. Talk about Khan in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
Let's go out there and let's...
Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Coming off that fantastic last round. Let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
One punch could change everything in this battle. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. He can't score with that uppercut. Both men step back for just a moment. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
Back together. Take the round.
Let's start the 6th. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close rounds.
Well, we knew this was going to happen. Some taunting. Misses with that jab. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Good counter punching. Always fascinating to watch two good welterweights because they've got blurry hand speed and good power.
Sometimes when you get nervous, something that's so powerful, you got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little favourite, a pickpocket.
There's a counter shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Khan in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Gonna need. Here we go. It's round 7. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Straight right just misses. Those counter punches have to hurt. Trying to land that jab. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you even let one. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Just missed with that hook. That jab misses. scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
As long as they don't get...
I need you to focus on what you're doing.
There's the bell to start round 8. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain.
Beautiful counter punch. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Straight right just misses. These two are the perfect dance partners.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
His stamina is off the charts. And this fight is over. A good body shot will paralyze you, and as you can see here, that's exactly what happened.
I need to see that again.
Listen to me. Are you okay?
So it's onward and upward after a knockout win here.
A knockout victory? That's not a knockout victory. That is somebody saying, I'm here, I've arrived. Try that again, it will happen all over again.